everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. I'm not Skirus, and today we're here for some more Punishing Gray Raven. But yeah, how's everyone doing today? I hope you're all doing well on this fine day. But yeah, how's everyone doing? But yeah, we're here to check out a new patch. So yeah, let's go. But yeah, let us go. But yeah, how's everyone doing today? I hope you're all doing well. Because I certainly am doing fine. But yeah, let's go. And also, as you may notice, new background. 5th anniversary background. But yeah, new patch also today. Has been recently released. So yeah. Let's check it out. But yeah. Let me just quickly get rid of all the dots. Real quick. Boom, boom. Alright, boom. Alright, there we go. Alrighty. But, yeah, I'm super happy to be back. Hey, Catty Angels, welcome to the stream. Welcome. I'm good, how are you, Catty Angels? I'm good. But, yeah, we're here, we're back. For some more PGR, but yeah. Super happy to be back and stuff, but yeah. I think with that's good to hear, but yeah. Lots of cool stuff that has recently been released during this patch. Oh yeah, summer stuff, okay. But okay, summer stuff, alright. Yeah. So, yeah, we got a few new... Alright, let's check out the event page. I've not seen this animation before. Oh, wow, this is beautiful. Wow, dude. I thank you so much, Catty Angels. Appreciate it so much. For the thank you. I've been for a while. Okay, so let's check out some of the events we got here. Okay, guild expiration. Yeah, all right. Been a while since that popped up. All right, Rapper Pursued. Okay. I'm guessing this is a battle event. Okay, main story. Boss challenges. Memory Abyss. Okay. Character trial. Okay. Okay, for Bianca. All right, cool. Thank you so much, Cuddy. I appreciate it. All right, coding trial. Oh, this one. Yes. That one. But yeah, character trial for that. But yeah. All right, I think before we get into the polls, let's first learn how to play Bianca and give her a spin. This new Bianca frame. Let's give her a spin. And see how she works. Oh, shit. Okay. Nice intro animation. All right. In Twilight form, top rotor consecutively class Thorn Waves combo, Chain Lashes combo, and Repeat Center combo. Okay. Red orb. Alright, 3 ping. Alright, triple 3 ping. Alright. Matrix cannot be triggered by successfully dodging attacks from Bianca Krebs in Twilight form. However, pressing and holding dodge will make her activate Abyssal Domain. Alright. During Abyssal Domain, enter 3 red orbs 3 times the game. Fair enough. I can definitely see why, Kari, but yeah. 3 orbs to gain Abyss of increase Twilight Fall damage. Alright. Press and hold. And 3 ping. Ooh, the animations are insane. Alright. Hold blue orb to cast Whip Dance and gauge severed sea stacks. Then tap and press hold blue orb to cast Devouring Sky. Alright. Hold and then tap. Alright. And then Sig. Sure. Go ahead, Catty Angels. Go ahead. Tori cast senior shot of struggle triggering. I'm like, okay. Boom. Oh, nice alt. I do have emotes, Catty. I do have emotes for my channel. If you've bothered to check. I do have emotes. As a person who passed the bar and switch Bianca's form and change Bianca entirely from the Radiance form. Alright. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's an interesting way to change forms, huh? Alright, Radiance form has Yellow Orbs cast Dawnbreak combos during combos. Tap Yellow Orbs cast Lightwalker combos. Getting Commandment and Radiant storage value. Alright. A max commandment, hold blue orb to cast Swords Dance. A max severed C stacks. Tap and press hold blue orb to cast Shattering Sky. Alright. Press and hold, and then tap. Hey, nice. Sure. Catty. Has tap and hold. Tap center cast Ember Extinction and dealing radiance damage, triggering time like getting Signal Orb. Alright. Oh, dude, this ult is insane. Oh, dude. Oh, that ult, man. Holy crap. Alright. Alright, let's do some more combat practice. Oh, I love that focus on the eyes there. Alright, press and hold. Press and hold, dodge allows me to form Matrix. I whistle the. Okay. As Twilight Fall, alright, press and hold. Oh, yep, whip dance. Alright, yep. Press and hold, top. Nice. Alright, yep. Signature. Yep. Top sig. Yep, we know. Yeah, I've been through this before. Alright, done. Easy. Alright. Easy clap. Yes, I do, Catty. I have panels. I have everything. Alright, effects. Alright, this is where we have to lock in. Alright, we have to lock in for this one. Because I'm suck at remembering effects. I suck at remembering effects, man. Alright, yep. Radiance form, yep. Alright, so Radiance. Alright. Mag Hole Blue Orb. Alright, yep. This whole Blue Orb. Whole Blue. Alright, nice. Radiance for down. Get rid of range stacks. Alright, decreased. Decreased prayer stacks, casting every exchanging out for Radiance effect. Alright. So tap, yeah. I'm fine, thank you. I'm good. No thank you. I don't want any emotes, Catty. I'm fine. I'm good. But yeah, great stuff. Okay, so I think I locked in. Alright, good. Brother. I'll do it after stream, Catty. I'm kind of busy right now, but yeah. But yeah, okay, Bianca's definitely fun for real. But yeah, all right, let's do her coding though. No problem, Caddy. Oh shit, yo, okay. Ooh, I like the coding so far. All right, I like the design of coding. Oh, I like her coding design for real. Got him. All right. Oh wait, no, 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 no. I don't want to leave battle. No, 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 no. Switch form. All right. All right. Ooh, I'm liking the effects. I won't lie. Ooh, I like that. Ooh. Oh. Hey, oh. That pose. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, that pose. Holy shit. Holy shit. But yeah, I think with that said, I think that's enough of the. But yeah, we also have a new unit to unlock, a free unit actually, A rank. It's Discord. It's the It's the dog lady. It's the dog lady. It's the lady with the dog mask. She's not playable. Hey, let's go. But yeah, let's unlock her. Alright, thank you. Got her. Nice. Alright, then let's just level her up real quick. And just feed her in. God damn it. Just feed that just feed some of her shards. Oh shit. Ah, dude, I love her design, man. Ah, dude. All right, double S, triple S, nice. Ah, we only got her up to like triple S 9. All right. Thank you so much for the follow, Catty Angels. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I think without further ado and without further delay, let's do some polls for this new Bianca. So yeah, let's go. Number one, come on, boom. Oh wait, hold up. Wait, was that orange or? I swear, was that orange or yellow? I didn't see. Oh please. Okay, it was only yellow. Okay, okay, fuck. God damn it. I thought I got it early. Okay, it's only yellow. Cool. Oh shit. That almost got me. That almost got me for a second. All right. Okay. Yep. Come on, please, early. Please. Oh yes. We got early. Yes. We beat Penny. Fuck yeah. Oh yes. Hell yeah. Hey, let's go. Oh, yes. We got her before pity. Oh, hell yeah. It's been a long ass time since it got someone before pity. Jesus. But I'm so happy that we did. All right. That said, let's go pull for a weapon. Oh, dude, I was not expecting that today. Oh, please, 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 please. Hey, let's go. We stay winning today, ladies and gentlemen. We are winning today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Hey, let's go. We stay winning today. All right. And now finally for a cub. It still got a lot, so let's do it. Oh, damn. Oh, two? Oh shit. Damn, the streamer luck kicking in today, ladies and gents. God damn, the streamer luck really kicking in today. Hell yeah. Ah, dude. Ah, dude. You'll love to see it. Ah, dude, that was great. Ah, you love to see that. But yeah. Also, this is a triple patch, by the way, because we're actually getting a new unit as well. Veronica, aka that night mech girl from Han Ying's chapter. Oh, dude, I love that. Let's go. Let's freaking go. But yeah. Oh yeah, shards. Yep. Uh huh. Yep. Let me just quickly do this. Quickly level that. Thank you. Alrighty. Hey, triple S. Finally got to triple S. Nice. We finally hit triple S. Oh, and both Isla and Lucia and the A rank Lucia. Nice. Hey, let's go. Hurry up, thank you. I'll take that. Alright, that was fun shit. Well, that was fun. Well, that was definitely insane in terms of luck. But yeah. We finally got her. Ah, dude, you love to see it. We finally got her. Aw, dude. I love to see it. But, yeah. I think with that said, that is enough, lollygagging. Wait, hold up. Let me just quickly equip her stuff so I know when. So I remember how to build her. But yeah. Ah, that was good stuff, man. Oh, Threads of Destiny? Oh. Ooh, new gotcha coding. Oh, shit. Oh, is this a Selena coding? Aw, cute animal. Aw. Oh, dude, the music. Oh, shit, man. Oh, dude, that was a beautiful intro screen, man. Oh, wow, dude. All right, the story. How long is? Okay, 91 days. That's actually quite a long time. So we're good. Ah, dude, that was so good. But yeah. I think with that said, is that all or yeah? Okay, yeah, that seems to be all. All right, cool. All right, I think it's time for us to continue the story and hopefully finish it today with Deceiver's Rapture. So yeah, I think what I said, I think that's enough lollygagging. So let's go and dive into the story with Hunter's logic. So basically, this is Lilith's story, essentially, or origin story, basically. All units KA except for Commander Ravenge has defected the Ascendants. Oh, yes, this event. Those grim words flash in crimson on the mission briefing screen. Oh no, change speed. Below, in the more discreet section, there is a comprehensive record of how often the frontline units have been in contact with the so-called Ascension Network. All right. Letting a desertion this severe happen in the first place is a glaring declaration of duty by the military. The officer in a sharp suit is the first to break the silence. Nicola, right? Don't blame yourself too much. If a soldier on the front line can't resist temptation, then both the duty and the fallout lie on his shoulders alone. All right. And the intel we gather from the war-torn fallen is instrumental in refining contract research and development. Identify the new threat and stay prepared. Their sacrifice must not be in vain. A true leader is someone who never loses sight of what lies ahead. Still, no matter how composed the words, they won't simply erase a military commander's concerns. Alright, yeah. Only by standing alongside the Ascendant who holds sway over the punishing virus can humanity hope for a future. This statement was covered from the audio logs found on our squad member hero. Up to now, we've mainly encountered corrupted with minimal cognitive capacity. If this intel is accurate, it means the enemies who seek to wield the punishing virus's power, now operating in organized cells, are growing even more active. Alright. We're all aware that compared to a single commandant's defection or the loss of one contract, this is a far graver turn of events. This is why I'd advocate tackling the issue at its source. Using the combat logs to study the Ascendant's moves, then we lure in our biggest catch. Besides, there's a chance practically falling into my lap at this very moment. What do you think? Ever heard of a place called Las Parados? Desert outskirts of Las Parados a few days ago. Alright. Contact. The target is on the move. All units stand by. Sensing an anomaly on their instruments, the contract squad leader quietly issues orders to the teammates on either side. Discord! Her previous design. Copy that. Target location confirmed. It's serious! Copy. His unruly streak doesn't fade, even in the midst of an operation. Taking orders from a so-called rookie is about as far as he's willing to go. Still, Discord's exceptional skills are enough to impress absolutely anyone. Asarius, stay alert for any corrupted movements. Damon, the moment I open fire, move in and lock them down. Alright. Wind speed is holding at 13.9 meters per second. A standstill will hit the mission zone in 30 minutes. Infrared scans are still running. No additional hostiles detected beyond our primary target. Alright. The restraint gear for the target is set and ready. A brief flicker of doubt crosses Discord's eyes, unusual for someone so composed, but she quickly reins in the surge of emotion swirling through her mind. Alright everyone, move into combat positions. In the vast desert sands, the stumbling construct singled out as the target remains oblivious to its looming fate. Choose me, give me another chance. I can. This body isn't everything. The target appears partially aware. Its memory is not fully consumed by the virus. The guarding construct keeps its guard up. It still acknowledges the undeniable truth. Oh, so you're thinking of having a word with him, trying to convince him to return with us of his own free will? Boss, do you still proceed with lethal force? Pays no heed to his teammate's remark and turns straight to Discord with a proposal. I'll ensure the target is fully disabled. Our assignment is to confirm the identity of that unidentified construct that's been lurking around. Command has ordered us to neutralize it just to verify. She fine-tunes the electronic scope on her precision sniper rifle, works the bolt, and chambers a fin-stabilized armor-piercing round. Oh? Roger that. Discord raises her rifle, lock onto the solitary construct who trudges on through the howling sand. The deafening blast like a tank's main cannon erupts behind the rocks concealing the squad. Flames lick in the air. A brilliant flash of silver slices through the haze of dust and rubble. Before the two construct allies can even register what's happening, the target's left leg is blown apart, sending him crashing to the ground in a hopeless defeat. Damon, subdue the target. She lowers her weapon as though nothing has happened. The mask conceals her face, leaving only those cold, unblinking eyes to assert her her undeniable authority. Leave it to me. Damn. Acting on the order, the construct scales the rocks and races toward the fallen remains of its comrade. He squeezes the trigger twice on his launcher, then locks the target down with a crackling electric restraint. Alright. The sandstorm is set to hit the mission zone in 28 minutes. No trace of corrupted activity so far. Discord nods once in acknowledgement, guiding the rearguard teammates as they close in around the target. Which fire team are you with? Purifying Force, you can't see our insignia? If you want to stay alive, start talking. If our leader's feeling generous, you might just walk away with your life. Damn. Damn, that's cold. Sure, Discord secrecy can be off-putting, but it's Damon's non-stop chatter that truly grates on everyone's nerves. He always seems to find one more thing to gripe about. Fire team, what's that supposed to mean? Damn, alright. Wait, you're not the retrieval team from Mozano? Oh shit. This time, even Damon spots the leader's momentary slip. For those hence few seconds, she makes no response whatsoever. Or maybe you come to take me out. No big deal, I'm not about to trust some phony memory transfer scam. I've seen the network's revelation. We are immortal. Sure. Arcs of blue light dance across the construct's mangled frame, sending sparks every which way. Still, it lets out a wild, nonsensical howl, as though it could have been more excited. Where's Mozano? Still bound by her duty, she fires off her question in that quick-clipped way she's known for. Captain Eleanor left me behind. Are you all going to be just as heartless? Quit the act, you fool. You're just a mindless puppet that only knows how to follow orders. I am eternal. Sure. Taking back Earth, what a lie. The network chose me. I was this close too. The ravaged construct thrashes, its sensors glowing red like Predator's savage bloodshot eyes. Stay alert. The punching fast inside the target is spiking at an alarming rate. Discord ignores everything else. She closes in, her voice brimming with that same crushing intensity as she interrogates the target. Eleanor, she's been gone for years. Mozano's right-hand person, the lead commandant of the Construct Corps. No way you haven't heard of her. An inexplicable weightlessness grips Discord's mind, as though her very sanity is plunging into a bottomless void. But obedience to orders practically defines her entire mental framework. She must complete the mission. And what of the other ascendants? Have you pinpointed their targets? Speak now. You really think I'm going to send him? I'm hardly worthy of such a title. Eleanor abandoned me and my entire squad in that godforsaken pit. It was the network that brought me back from the brink. It jump-started my vital fluids, fortified my body, and showed me things I never dreamed possible. A planet completely consumed by the punching virus, crimson decaying, flourishing, utterly majestic. Yeah, dude's gone crazy. He seems lost in a daze, leaving his weapon silent. No new arcs to seize control of his target. The contamination is about to breach its critical limit. The sandstorm will send in 20 minutes. The soul-saying construct issues a warning no one can afford to ignore. Send us your original retrieval coordinates. We'll bring you back. Go back? Why on earth should we return? That so-called garden is doomed to bloom with toxic flowers sooner or later. I let the networker down once, never again. Spent electro javelins crashed to the ground and vanished into swirling sand. The target breaks free from the Ark's grip. Get down. She instinctively orders her squad to drop down, but two abrupt gunshot blasts ring in her ears. The construct charges at her, only to have its head blown clean through. A second bullet shatters the metal shell, sending fragments flying in every direction. I had no choice. I had to use lethal force. The shooter reloads, offering a terse justification for pulling the trigger. Remarkably quick to respond. Hey. Though she's out of immediate danger, the terror and chaos echoing in her mind threaten to rob her of breath. Gather the target's data chip and get ready to leave, Damon. Damon, call for transport. The construct standing nearby offers no reply. Damon, sandstorm's closing in. We have to pull out now. Cautious, if there were a way to live as humans do, who would ever choose to become something of this? He quietly laments to himself, then opens the comms channel. Cut the chatter and stay on your guard. Unmoved by her teammates' bickering, Discord definitely turns over the shattered construct and retrieves its data chip. Universal enhancement frame. Snow Ferret Fire Team. Ferret 2. The inscription on the chip looks unfamiliar, but what truly shatters composure is the manufacturing label on at the bottom. Oh shit. Eden 3 colony ship, construct R&D department. It's a lost legend of the Golden Age, something that should have faded into the depths of time long ago. Oh shit. This nightmare haunts her from before she ever received her mechanical frame. Mission briefing room, 2 hours later. Alright. That covers the entire mission report. The retrieved data chip has been backed up and handed off to the Science Council. The moment she steps off the transfer plane, she barely has time to check her ammo or assess the battle damage before Collins' message arrives, demanding a report. When Graverian Commandant Ravage contacts the Ascension Network and Fex, what was once dismissed as a mere rumor instantly becomes the primary concern of both Corono and the military. So you're telling me the target handed over the original retrieval coordinates? Let's have the exact location details. If the target's intel holds up, they would have headed to the new Nellis Air Force Base on the outskirts to evacuate. You mean the old Air Force Base? That godforsaken dump has been left to rot for ages. One thing is certain, they're definitely not from Babylonia. Also, Mozano is officially listed as missing. Discord cuts the man off mid-sentence. Collins understands all too well what's fueling her outburst. Oh, that reminds me, guess hooking up to the Ascension Network scrambled his mind, huh? Because if he's telling the truth, all your old buddies are still alive and kicking. I'm submitting a request to investigate Los Parados. She's suddenly sick of humoring the higher-up's bluster. Maybe for the first time, she states exactly what she wants. Don't rush. We'll get there soon enough. But remember, you're part of the Army's official purifying force, not some private hire from Corono. Given the recent stir on the Ascension Network, we've just joined forces with the Arctic Route Union to advance Project Winter to its next phase. It looks like the Department is every bit as invested in the Ascension Network as we are. Los Parados is already a wasteland. Whatever tricks Mozano might pull, it won't be enough to cause real trouble. We'll use that as our bait, convincing the military to launch an official investigation, and along the way, we can eliminate Mozano. Any intel they gather there should align perfectly with Palangoski's previous statements. This confirms once again that the previous experiments have ended, and Mozano's actions no longer have anything to do with Corono. Project Winter can continue without a hitch. Regarding that Eden 3 you mentioned, I'll pass the details along to my bro Litz. This kind of thing is right up his alley. He senses that Corono is poised on the very brink of the Ascension Network. The idea of taking That leap has him so exhilarated he's on the verge of tears. If he can wield that sort of power, then every sacrifice so far will have been worth it. The man seems utterly lost in his own fervid fantasies. Yeah, huh. I have to learn the truth. She shows no reaction to his attempts at provocation. We'll get the answers after, every last one, and for that I should thank you, little one. We all assumed your old contact has been dead for ages. Who would have thought that, after all this time, she'd be the one to open a door for Chrono? Whatever Mazzano's up to now, her creation has already caught the eye of the Ascension Network. Twists and turns, so many twists and turns after all this time. Artwork finally bears fruit in the most unexpected way. He clears his throat, pulls out a pouch of chewing tobacco, and pops it into his mouth. Go get some rest, hero. You've earned it. Understood. She throws the man a frosty glare, then pivots on her heel and strides back into the hallway. Yep, I would do that too, man. Sorry about that. Gotta take a sip of water real quick. There we go. Beyond the portal, the stars never cease their glow, not even when a tiny planet in the far reaches of the Orion Arm finds its civilization stalled by a catastrophe. They shine on, radiant and timeless, forever breathtaking. And so they wait, patiently letting their light journey across countless millennia, only to be glimpsed at last by mortal eyes. Aw. What a profound line, man. Wow. Wow, man. Wow. But from Discord's perspective, for the first time, those distant stars seem strangely unreal. It's like a meticulously orchestrated light show, flaring on cue and then winking out in perfect unison. And there are new stars, ones you never catch a glimpse of from down here. She recalls that plea, now so distant as if someone else entirely had spoken it. The stars keep drifting slowly, a trick of the eye caused by the giant ship's rotation beneath her feet. Aw. For the first time, the view beyond the porthole makes her head spin. Damn. Conference room now. Alright. Las Parados? Las Parados, once the shining city of entertainment of the Golden Age, is where Chrono previously conducted studies on Starship ecosystem reliability. Chrono invited us to investigate. From what you've told me, they've got more than a few secrets hidden out there. Las Perdidos is seeing a sharp rise in punishing activity these days. Just 3 days ago, the Purifying Force subdued a suspicious construct and returned with its data chip. Collins is probably fully aware of his actions. For all we know, Chrono might be intentionally letting the secret slip right under our noses. It takes a moment to reflect, then the leader delivers his verdict. Are we talking about the retrieval operation led by Discord? How far has the Science Council gotten with their analysis? That's the biggest question in this whole affair. Even if they exclude the possibility that the target construct ever linked to the Ascension network, its mind model still doesn't match those of Babylonian constructs. The only frame with a similar pattern is so-called poster hero, whose origin remains unknown. What do you mean? You remember that drifter construct, the one who claimed it could transmit its own memory and carried it in an inner device? We briefly had them in our ranks. You remember? Alright, yeah. The atmosphere is so tense. No one anticipated that the discussion would stray into such disruptive intel from outside the Ascension network. Honestly, I think the military should put an end to this entire propaganda effort. The president exhales quietly, a trace of resignation in his voice. From the start, we have no idea where it truly comes from. We've only ever seen him as a miracle. At the moment you try to exploit a miracle, it loses the very essence that made it one. For the most part, this isn't mine to decide. Now that the rumor's out, the soldiers cling to the so-called miracle. I can't bring myself to rob them of the hope that keeps them going. Besides, any sermon can wait until after we've won. The commanding officer seems eager to jump into the fray. If we can unravel the secret with our own hands, maybe that manufactured myth will crumble on its own. Learning more about the Ascension Network and winning a ground level battle, this hope outweighs any legend told on the front lines. Alright. I'll handle the Parliament's affairs. The battle plan is all yours. Nicola offers a ceremonial salute, then strides out of the conference room. Alright. Las Perdidos. During his talk with Nicola just moments ago, he feigned ignorance of that city's name. And for a leader constantly juggling countless responsibilities, being unfamiliar with a city devoted to leisure seems only logical. Yet the truth is, his ties to that name stretch back a very long time. Oh shit! We're getting Hassan lore? Oh shit! Oh, shit. Oh. We're getting Hassan lore? Babylonia, that Katie evacuation. A narrow seam opens along the sleek fuselage. The compact landing gear settles onto the platform without so much as a whisper. It's nothing like the heavy, clunky military transport plane still in service. This is the final sortie of the day. Each battlefront has stabilized enough to endure until the stage withdrawal concludes. It doesn't expect to be greeted by someone of such high standing, but it still delivers a report with meticulous care. You must be exhausted. Take a break, okay? Passengers file out of the transport plane one by one, marveling at the sprawling hangar of Babylonia. There might be more of a burst of relief out of having made it through in one piece. Hassan steps onto the platform, taking a slow, measured walk around the fuselage. Mr. Hassan, not Mr. The maintenance worker in the middle of servicing the aircraft spots a face they've only ever glimpsed on the news and suddenly doesn't know where to put their hands or feet. No worries, take it easy. This model is really rare. It's more advanced than the military transports we usually use. There's nothing advanced about it. It's just a civilian jet from the city of entertainment. It looks fancy for sure, but it's squishy. Can't even take one hit. Surprisingly, the big shots starts talking about something he's in his element with, and he slips right into the conversation. Still, it works at a time like this. As long as it can get airborne. That's all that really counts. That previous president's a real scumbag. Even in the thick of an emergency, he's still angling for bribes. If not for your efforts, we never have secured such precious transport resources. The workers respond with genuine enthusiasm, and Hassan senses their heartfelt gratitude. Aw. Sadly, some stories are fated to rest forever with those who lived them, never to be passed on. I wonder who was behind the construction of these transport planes. That I couldn't tell you, but one thing is for sure: the rich sure know how to flaunt it. All this fuss for a single city, and they've got entire fleets of aerospace transports on standby. Damn. Hassan runs his hand over the smooth, heat-shielded plating, as if it's some marvel from a world beyond this one. The hastily painted world government emblem stands out starkly against the White Hall, while the faded word Los Parados still lingers underneath. Hey, alright, nice, okay, cool. Interesting. Nice little tidbit, huh? More Hassan lore, huh? All right. Sorry about that. But yeah, interesting that we got some Hassan lore at the end there. But yeah, super interested to see how this story continues. But yeah, let's keep going. But yeah, one sec. I'll be back in a sec though. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to go to the washroom real quick. But yeah, interesting story so far. But yeah, let's keep going with the story. So yeah, let's keep going. City in a bottle. All right. Oh, locked in, huh? Hey, hey, Celestial. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. And good morning, Celestial. But yeah, we're currently doing some PGR story currently, and also we also did polls early in the stream as well. So yeah, it's had some pretty insane luck for real though, Celestial, during this stream. Some really insane streamer luck, I should say. Yeah, we actually pulled for the new Bianca. Hold on, let me skip this. We'll reread it. I'll skip this and reread it. I'll show you. Uh, yeah, come on. Yeah, thank you, Celeste. Appreciate it. Hold on. Let me exit this real quick. Yeah, let me exit this real quick. If it'll let me. Okay, get out, please. Thank you. There we go. Yes. This this is the new Bianca. Zoom in. Yes, there we go. New Bianca. Her coding. I believe, and this is like her gameplay. A little bit of her gameplay as well. Okay, boom. Ah, yes, there we go. All right, yep. Yep. Boom, yep. And then, yes. And then, yeah, that's some of her gameplay for. And yeah, that's her. Yep. And then got some insane stream about getting her. But also, yeah, thanks. Appreciate Celestial. And also, and we also have a new A rank as well. What element was she? Yes, physical. There we go. This is Discord is finally playable. But yeah, Discord is finally playable. You know it's the girl. It's essentially the girl. Yeah, pretty for real, Celestial. Yeah, it's basically if you remember the girl with like the sort of dog slash wolf mask thing. This is her playable form now, which is actually funny. Which is actually kind of hilarious. And then also we have another one. Yeah, I remember her. Yes. And then this is Veronica, which is the night lady. You know, this is Veronica, the night lady, that from Han Ying's chapter. You know the the girl that was in like full knight armor, like in Han Ying's chapter. I believe it was. Yeah, for sure, Celestial. Where was it? Which chapter was it? No, no. Oh wait, no. It was a side thing. Floating record. Floating record. Yeah, soaring beyond. Yeah, it was Veronica. It was this girl. You remember her? You remember this girl? Her boss form. Yeah, that's her boss form. Yeah, that was basically her boss form. Yeah, yeah, she wasn't playable, but now she's been turned into playable form, which is this. But now but now she is officially playable, which is this. You know, which is now officially her playable form. you know. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, for real, Celestial. Although, if I recall correctly, from what I understand, this is supposed to be like before she turns into her boss form, essentially. Like this is like essentially, her form before she turns into the whole armored, design, like a prequel design, essentially. But yeah, definitely very fun stuff. And of course, Mr. Virgil. And of course, the last patch was Mr. Devil May Cry Man, Virgil. Yeah, so before story form, yeah. So Mr. Virgil and Mr. Dante Devil May Cry from last time. Yeah. From the last patch from the DMC collab. Yeah. Mr. Dante and Virgil from Mr. Devil May Cry. From the Devil May Cry series. But yeah. I think that was it, right? And also, yeah, her coding's. Oh yeah, and also Bianca's coding is really cool too. I like it as well. But yeah, this is her paid coding essentially, her paid skin. All right, yep, there we go. And yep, that is the coding. And yeah, oh yeah, and then of course we're currently doing the story for Lilith here, Deceiver's Rapture, as you could see. So basically, to summarize so far what has essentially happened, I think you missed last stream. So to basically summarize what has happened, um, basically we're basically seeing Lilith slowly start to break away from Madame Mozano, and basically try to become a part of the Ascension Network, and essentially join Vonnegut, essentially. Slowly trying to, sabotage um, Mozano and join Vonnegut. And also we saw a bit more glimpse into Discord's past as well, with her being part of like the quote unquote orphanage, which is a secret code for training child soldier assassins. Yeah, a bit of Discord's history and how of course Lilith and Discord knew each other from like when they were kids, when Lilith was previously known as Eleanor, or at least Lilith's true name is Eleanor, because apparently, from what I understand, Lilith is essentially like a code name. But yeah. This is Discord, if you remember. Yeah. Discord. This lady. But yeah, we're basically, yeah. And how everything went to shit. Yeah, her. Basically, she turned into, she turned into this. But yeah, she basically, that girl there with the mask turned into this. As you can see. Yeah. Yeah, now I know what you mean for real, Celestial. But, yeah. I believe that was it. And then this was basically just talking about, like present day, I'm pretty sure, stuff. About Los Parados and like, or at least, not really present day. But yeah. We're able to see a Sirius again and stuff, but yeah. I believe that was all. And then, yeah, I think that was all. I think it's sort of like past / present day, but yeah. I think this is the next part of the story, but yeah, City in a Bottle. But yeah, let's keep going. It's sort of like flashing back between past and present day. For example, Golden Age. Right now we're in the Golden Age, it looks like. Mozano! And yeah, she is basically... And of course, this Madame Mozano is the sort of person responsible for, like, the artificial habitat type of deal. She's researching, essentially. She was researching for Corona, but then kind of just got cut off by Corona, but yeah. Let's keep reading. According to the North American Ecological Research Institute, Earth doesn't have 4 seasons, but 6. Summer, fall, the lock-in, winter, the thaw, and finally spring. Okay. Okay, sure. We desert dwellers know it best. Surrounded by scorching red rock peaks, we still see them blanketed in white during the winter. In that quiet season, you can practically sense the city grinding to a standstill. The first few years after the Research Institute initiated Project Bokanon, Los Parados was nowhere near the size it is today. In fact, it was just a small town attached to an Air Force base. My brother's hotel has its own entertainment hall. It's the only spot within hundreds of miles where the soldiers and researchers can blow off steam. When winter sets in, the shop stays bolted shut, and only a few lonely tire tracks mar the grimy streets. When people head outdoors, each step yields a sharp crunch as gravel and snow crystals grind together. The icy blue-white frost magnifies that sound, making it echo even more vividly. Alright. Such is the lock-in season. The biting cold locks down the passes, making every path into the city near impassable. Your mission to build a self-sustaining habitat out here is in this description. Desolation. Proving Project Eden's long-term viability for Corona in a realm beyond our current understanding. Ah, yes, Kilgore Shrouts. I think we know who this man is. Indeed, our hard-won survival tells us that a self-sustaining micro-world aboard a starship, lasting hundreds, even thousands of years in the depths of space, is an even more outlandish fantasy than zero-point energy. After all, our grasp of the stars often runs deeper than our understanding of the oceans or deserts. Still, we are determined to become the pioneers who cross that divide. Our humanity is tied to the land that gave birth to us. Some advocate we rebuild our bodies to surpass the flesh. Others that we upload consciousnesses and leave the body behind. If surviving deadly radiation, the vacuum of space, and extreme cold means forsaking our very humanity, then what's the point of seeking refuge on another planet? When a civilization reaches for the stars, it carries everything of its species, everything of its homeworld, into the farthest corners of the cosmos. That's why if we made up our minds, we're going to recreate the perfect cradle for life. But Mr. Chrono, so thoughtfully devoted to Project Cathilla, apparently does not share that view. Even the resources you acquired under your niece's name, they didn't come straight from Chrono's coffers, did they? The man Kepler calls the investor clearly has more up his sleeve than he's letting on. If you're more concerned about passing moral judgment than seeing the bigger picture, then there's no point in continuing this discussion. She stands her ground, her voice resolute and unyielding. There's no need for alarm, madam. I mean no disrespect. Even so, it's astonishing to see someone so young acting with such ruthless resolve. But let's get straight to the point. Ultimately, you followed your own judgment, which led you to break away from Corono. You know the story inside and out. It looks like when Kepfart spoke of these new investors earlier, he was doing so on your behalf and not Corono's. He's a shrewd opportunist who knows exactly how to hedge his bets. It's only fitting that he be the open mediator between you, me, and Corono. The Initu colony ship stands as our safeguard. Should Project Cathil and Project Eden both fall through, the vessel you've determined to build will become our last ark. It's obsessive, but I can't help liking it. Working with you is a treat. A fleeting handshake, that's all it takes to finalize this clandestine deal. Damn, alright. Henceforth, the author feeds Las Parados' mistress endless riches. The Golden Age ends so abruptly, it only proves her arrogance. The 0-point engine of Project Eden fails on ignition, dooming humanity. Project Cathil splintered into each of Hare's dark experiments. She can't even bother to scorn Project Winter that once tried to outdo her. Brain extractions, limb mods, cloning, memory wipes, endless detours. They match her effortless construct revival from old records. She only uncovers the ultimate secret that conquers death. Yet the writer's parting question from that day still resonated in Mozano's mind. Resonates. How far can we push the boundaries of technology before it inevitably turns on us? If we're looking for material to write about, sorry to disappoint, but I've never given that much thought. Whenever our earlier innovations came back to haunt us, we just forged new technology to keep them at bay. Those who are certain they hold both the road and the truth in their grasp seldom consider the force poised to strike them might lie outside the triumphs they so closely guard. She's undone by her fatal flaw, relying on technological rationality as her trump card. Damn. Bridge deck, Eden 3 colony ship. After that sandstorm, the tide formed by the convergence of punishing engulfs the city. It seems impossible to return to the surface anytime soon. It's precisely her detached demeanor that Mozano can never accept. She appears to have no anger, no sorrow, or joy, only two states, receiving orders and carrying them out. Are you pleased? This is nothing to celebrate, I'm just stating the facts. Efforts to reclaim the surface stall again, weighed down by uncontrollable threats. The girl stays composed, though there's a steel firmness in her voice that wasn't there before. As the officer in charge of our construct's ground missions, I'm authorized to present a full report to the Parliament. Am I authorized? Okay. She sees no reason to wait. With ruthless precision, she drives her probing strike into Mozano's teetering defenses. Desperate to elbow your way out of the kiddie pool, before you cause trouble on my turf, you better think twice. You really think I wouldn't see through your deliberate leak after the mall operation? And even Mozano can't keep up with that pretense any longer. Is this a joke, Aunt? This is where I live too. Why would anyone poison the very water? Water they themselves drink from. The effortlessly skilled performance naturally takes the stage. If someone aims to poison everyone and they're immune to every toxin themselves, then they might go through with it. Meanwhile, my culture prototype has gone through 321 iterations. Your frame, on the other hand, has been stitched together time and time again since the Great Evacuation, and you're still using it even now. If unleashing the punishing virus is how you plan to sow chaos and gain the upper hand, I can only pity your fate, my dear niece. Mazzano issues a challenge to the very viper she has nurtured herself. Your grasp of survival of the fittest is painfully shallow. Confidence, power, cunning, all of them become worthless in the face of technological prowess. Only those who endure the fiercest trials can move on to the next stage of evolution. Endure. Even now, Mazzano insists on using that word. This gentle chuckle is genuinely heartfelt. Have you been working with that writer from the start, Aunt? What exactly are you implying? Trout has been dead for years. I'm not really calling out that gentleman. I just wanted to share a little about my thoughts on reading. Opportunities like this don't come along every day, do they? Too busy running things before the outbreak, too busy fighting things after. We never stopped to talk to each other. Lilith speaks with quiet sincerity, as though she's reflecting on everything that's come before. When the world government's hollow promises of peace and progress are finally laid bare by entertainment power brokers, she finds herself briefly impressed by the hidden strategist Mazzano. But just like every living creature that must either evolve or die out, no authority can endure forever. Yet she remains grateful to her aunt for granting her this secluded haven. She hears the city erupt in thunderous celebration, and her thoughts are elsewhere. She knows all too well that danger still lurks behind this happiness. After all, she clearly sees what the cheering crowds do not. I don't recall giving you permission to speak. Jesus. The girl smiles gently and presses on. Bacteria never truly die. They can slumber in furniture and clothing for decades. They lie in wait, patient and unrelenting, in rooms, cellars, suitcases, handkerchiefs, even the stacks of discarded paper. You've got no right to hold your head so high. The girl doesn't acknowledge her and continues to speak, her voice taking on its own even more resonant and haunting than her funeral hymn. All right, damn. Perhaps someday calamity will strike again, or maybe the world will learn yet another hard lesson. The plague god will rise once more, unleashing its legion of rats to descend upon its city and to turn it into the final grave. Primal terror grips Mazzano, fear of the unknown. Oh shit! All right. She cannot fathom the intentions of the figure standing before her. But there is one thing she unquestionably holds: authority. It is absolute, unmatched, and as unshakable as stone. Strip away my rank, seize or claim over the lead, and countless civilians in cryosleep. Tell me, does that make you truly powerful? That noble pedigree of yours is nothing but a smokescreen for your filthy operations. This corrupted world, nobody cares about the showgirl who once knew only cheap tricks. Rule is founded on fear, but you can't scare anyone. Eleanor Sinclair, merely a name that has been rotting away in history's dustbin for ages. Oh shit. When I came back to Chrono bearing the fruits of my work, you could have claimed your portion. I had set that reward aside from you ages ago. Her gaze, more venomous than the serpent's, pins the isolated those insolent insects who dare to ignore her authority against the throne's corner. But that isn't my name, is it? With a hint of resignation, the young woman lowers her gaze, offering a subdued response. Exactly. No one gives a flying fuck what shithole you came from. No one will recognize you. Damn. You're cast off, born in a casino. You're cast off, born in a casino, a failure, a shit show raised in an orphanage. If it weren't for Corona, if it weren't for me, you'd have frozen to death in some back alley dumpster, still tethered by that uncut cord, just a pile of bones for the rats and worms. Jesus. The girl feels a flicker of pity for the woman standing before her, and in this instant, at least her fury seems genuine. But she's already made a grave misstep in this moment of psychological sparring. She's the one who shows her soft underbelly first. I'm still my aunt's niece, aren't I? The very same niece who killed your brother. The one who offered the land and the funds to bring this massive warship back to life. I feel nothing but gratitude, and I've been repaying your kindness ever since. Ah, shit. Oh, yeah? Whatever catches my fancy, I always make sure to share it with you. You want to endure the deadliest high-intensity environment to prove humanity's ability to evolve. So created just that for you, Aunt. Wasn't the sole successful memory transfer experiment and the countless contract trials that followed all made possible by a place like this? In the end, who knows? Maybe punching would choose you instead, Aunt. She bows low, wrapping up her composed and measured address. Yeah. If this impeccably phrased, adequate, perfect speech sends a chill through the room. Once those words take shape on her lips, they can go far beyond what ordinary sense can grasp. No one can stand in for the laws of nature and pass such reckless judgment. Clinging to a handful of fundamental truth is the only way Manzano can hold on to her sanity. The punishing virus tears through every circuit in her frame, and even her state-of-the-art internal invert device can hardly bear the strain. Alright. If you want to escape your suffering, Aunt, there's actually a very simple choice you can make. Spit your venom at me again, I'll cut that foul tongue right out of your mouth. Right now, even if I can't withstand it, I'll still have the chance to switch frames in the end. Withstand. Even at this point, Manzano insists on using that word. Lilith grows impatient. Power is, without a doubt, the most potent corrosive force, far more devastating than the punching virus. They can shroud even the keenest minds in darkness, cutting them off from the truths that lie beyond the rules we accept as absolute. Those who dread the loss of power will do anything to preserve their own life. Alright. In return, they lost the single most precious trump card they had, the unwavering will to lay down their lives. I'd always had complete faith in your grasp of technology, Aunt, but let me make one thing clear. I have no desire whatsoever to claim your throne. So what do you really yearn for? Don't tell me it's revenge. You dare come after me for that wretched girl Discord and everything that happened to you? Is that why you want revenge? I handed you the chance to end Rosewater, the real villain, by your own hand, and you still insist I orchestrated the whole thing? I'm beyond disappointed in you. After all these years of careful nurturing, you're still obsessed with revenge, a notion so base it makes my stomach turn. Then how do you interpret the notion of power, Aunt? Reclaim Los Prados Creek conservation areas and rescue the civilians on the verge of turning into popsicles? They're inviting pampered aristocrats who've never known true hardship to rebuild the entire hierarchy while generously handing out bread to the masses. If resources permit, perhaps one day they can even treat them to not just one, but 2 circus shows. When the time comes and they hail you as ruler, you'll prove that your technology and authority eclipses the constant infighting among Corona and Babylonian parliament, won't you? She shows hardly any emotion, as if she's merely stating a fact set in stone. When it comes to trivial matters that fail to truly rouse her nerves, she won't waste even a single moment more. Prove your strength and wash away disgrace with your own power. It's far more satisfying than mere vengeance. Strength? What strength? In that colossal wave of red death, could your so-called empire last a day, an hour, or even just a second? Sure, the natural barrier keeps us from toppling immediately, but the threat you're worried about grows stronger every single day. It's a shame punishing stands as the next phase of evolution, but your way of thinking has never aligned with evolution at all. That order you claim to is merely the structure you forced upon this world, helpless in the face of the unknown. Even the so-called city in a bottle is only a matter of time before it crumbles, isn't it? Oh, damn. The orbit seems to be failing. Falling from deep within the labyrinth of structures beneath the deck comes a roar like a trapped beast, as if the rampant punching virus has twisted cold metal into living monstrosities. On the bridge, the panoramic screen shatters into glistening shards, but the girl's moon umbrella catches them just in time. Since her story began with a longing to sail among the stars, shall we meet again under that endless sky, dear aunt? She offers Mozano a faint smile and heads towards the elevator. Her heels tap out a crisp, steady cadence on the rocking deck, as if the raging storm around her is of no consequence. Savor your final banquet. I'll turn the city in a bottle into your tomb. Oh, shit. Damn, alright. Oh, gameplay time! Let's go! Floor 0, San Lorenzo's Entertainment Park. Alright. Uh-huh. Alright, let's go. Oh, what's this? Oh, game token? Oh, another game token. Alright. Fortune comes rolling in. Will you be the next jackpot winner? Insert coin. So good put lever reforging is just simple. Nice sound of hitting the jackpot. Hey, damn, nice. Looks like some kind of chip. Hmm. I'm guessing I should find all these game tokens, huh? Hmm. Yeah, I'm definitely crazy. Definitely crazy. Yeah, she's definitely off the deep end, huh? Yeah. Definitely crazy. She definitely gone off the deep end. Yeah, great, Celestial. Yeah. Man, really? God damn it. Fine. Yeah, fair enough, Celestial. Alright, there we go. I think that's it. Alright, there we go. Okay then. Interesting. Oh? Uh. Alright, stage complete. Alright, exterior hull, 1803 colony ship. Meanwhile, signal steady, posture looks good. The transport aircraft slices through the emptiness, and the recon team braces for their final drop assault. The world outside is shrouded in heavy gray gloom, as if the aircraft is flying blind. Switch to DCS range finding. Ranger 240 signals silhouette is nominal, detecting unusual ionization on target shelf. The autocannon is loaded with AP cyber rounds, ready to breach the hull on your command. The pilot nudges the control stick gently, and the aircraft tips at a subtle angle before shifting course. Approach vector 7009. Circle the target and scan for any openings we can exploit. Target in sight. Beneath the craft's towering mountain-like dome, a slender breach stretching dozens of meters across stands out in stark relief. It's obvious the metal framework and its composite coating have been ripped apart by raw force. The jagged edges bear the unmistakable marks of a violent blast. After a quick burst of thruster fire to adjust their posture, the constructs trapped in their seats feel the sudden end of all acceleration. Alright. Power down the main engine. Switch to VTOL thrusters. Brace to connect with the hull. Alright. Osiris and Daemon each command their construct squads to buckle up and prepare for impact. No one expected the descent to proceed this smoothly. We move inside the target, encountering no resistance. Lights on, initiating active radar scan. We've had some intel from the briefing, but when the searchlight finally cuts through darkness under that dome, everyone goes silent. Yeah. Beneath her mask, she draws a deep breath. Green light. All squads, initiate rope drop. Hammer 216. Keep that belly turret hot. We need this LZ secure. Understood. Fixing the tail hatch as it slowly opens, the team leader fastens the grappling hook so the ring out his waist. I never imagined a place like this could actually be real. There's so many more secrets are these bigwigs keeping from us. They stare into the vast expanse beyond the hatch, each letting out a stunned gasp of wonder. All units cut the chatter. She understands that the looming threat allows for no distractions whatsoever. Once she issues the command, Discord hurls herself out of the cabin. With a scrape of alloy cables, the squad members descend from the transport craft one by one. 7 o'clock, the readings, corrupted activity ahead. Autocannon barrage in progress. An ear-splitting screech rips through the air as collision shell casings pour down like a copper waterfall. Chaser rounds of live ordnance leave no gap between them. The fluorescent green paths cut straight toward the corrupted on the ground. Brace for impact! The hull shudders, sending the steel cables swaying like wind chimes. Contract soldiers quickly unfasten the locks on their waist harness, bracing for the next impact. A hollow thump echoes as the first operative hits the ground head-on. Landing complete. He smoothly detaches the magnetically locked rifle from his back and flicks the selector from safe to full auto. But as a corrupted straggler strikes first. Scream! Unidentified intruders initiating the purge. Watch out! Right behind them, a blue-haired construct lands, blocking the corrupted's lethal strike with a swift twist of a combat blade. The entire squad completes their rappel. Rappel. You've made it inside the ship. Not a single step off. They form a fan-shaped search pattern, keeping a wary eye on their surroundings. Petal-shaped lampposts, a cafe alive with a greenery by the roadside, and a sleek, seashell-like support frame. Sometimes there are even birds flying through the sky hop high. It's almost the same with Babylonia, but it's as silent as a grave. Compared to Babylonia, the biggest difference here is the total absence of any human presence. The orderlies, the kids and teachers, even the workers returning from the ground level conservation areas, every last one of them is gone. This entire residential district feels like it's been deserted for ages. They have no way of knowing that the rightful inhabitants of this place have already been sealed away in cryogenic vaults. Meanwhile, just a short distance away, an exclusive night-long celebration for the elite continues unabated. So this is the so-called Eden 3 colony ship. The team keeps a sharp eye on the motion scanner, looking for any sign of the punching corruption's origin within Las Parados. Alright. The signal leads them to a towering dome facility at the far end of the plaza. Damn, alright. The neon sign bearing the name San Lorenzo is battered and broken, but still sparks vivid memories of its dazzling golden heyday. In the corner of each individual's HUD, a foreboding message glows to life. Mission coordinates about that. Mission location, New Nulis Air Force Base, Las Parados. Mission altitude, minus 162 meters. Oh, damn, alright. Babylonia Bridge, 6 hours earlier. My father never mentioned that this insane plane was still in motion. You've been in Corona before. You already know how they operate. So you do know something about Project Bokanon, don't you? Yes, the Eden 3 colony ship. A vessel fated to never embark. Damn. Alright, interesting. Alright. Alright. Huh, okay. Things are really heating up now, huh? Yeah, interesting for sure. And I guess Lilith has finally officially cut off her aunt as well. Has officially cut her off. Has severed her relationship with her aunt, at least. Interesting for sure. But yeah. But I'll be back in a sec. I just need to go to washroom real quick. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. But yeah, interesting for sure. But yeah, let's keep going. King's Gambit. All right. Babyloni Bridge, 6 hours before Operation Las Perdos. Thank you, Celestial. Appreciate it. We're all aware of why this closed door session is taking place today. No need for speeches. I've already directed General Wells to file a proposal with the Parliament under the umbrella of a classified military operation. In a crisis like this, the commander-in-chief wields complete authority. No one else gets a say. Once everyone is seated in the conference room, the president gives a concise overview of the situation. Act first, explain later. I trust you won't let this mission fall apart. Hey now, you two are bickering already. Oh god, this fucking guy. Someone who rarely makes a public appearance at gatherings like this speaks with a cutting remark. Okay, everyone, let's stay focused and deal with the issue at hand. Asimov steps forward on behalf of the Science Council, offering a concise summary of the situation. After the human defection incident, the frontline construct forces are now seeing similar occurrences. Due to the escalating Ascension Network activity around Las Parados, our Front forces managed to retrieve an unknown construct sample from that region. These models came equipped with a sealed inverter device that never contacts the outside air. As for the underlying science, I'm still leading the team's analysis and reverse engineering efforts. Anyway, they can handle exposure in high-density environment for quite a stretch. That might explain why the Ascension Network is so eager to reach out to these frames. Sounds promising. Have you thought about fitting the military's constructs with this device too? He cuts the president off, a hint of menace threading through his words. And the cost for such an act is that his frame will be expended like 6 expended like a single-use resource. These devices can't truly soak up a shield against a punishing virus. Once the concentration and exposure time exceeded the critical threshold, the host is completely consumed. And as for the host's mind, it won't stand a chance either. Damn. Alright. In any case, recovering technology isn't our primary objective. Our priority is to find out where these constructs came from. Hassan cast a glance at the military commander beside him, prompting them to pick up the thread of the discussion. As I understand it, ever since the Golden Age, Chrono has been pushing forward an array of cutting-edge experiments on its own. It's not far-fetched to think these mysterious constructs might be their handiwork, is it? Nicola levers the spear at the man on the opposite side of the conference table. I'm sorry to say I don't know any more about these damn things than you do. You know how we operate. If we really had top-grade supplies like that, we have thrown them into action right away and not keep them under wraps, only for them to surface all these years after the cataclysm. It seems that lowering himself in this manner is the very way he proves he has nothing to hide. This is why, Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief, Chrono's urgency regarding this investigation is every bit as intense as yours. He waves his arm with a bold swagger, like a man surrendering with both hands in the air. If that's really how you want to frame it, then I'm more than willing to prove that I'm serious about working together. We discovered something curious on the recovered construct's data strip. The words Eden 3 colony ship. Ring any bells? Nicola knows the other party is already aware of this intelligence, but giving them a dignified exit is crucial to securing their cooperation. Wasn't Eden 3? Wasn't Project Eden once world government's crown jewel, even after Babylonia, when they had developed a follow-up model behind everyone else's backs? What's the idea here? Turn into some escape pod and bail on this whole disaster? He puts it on a show of astonishment. My father never mentioned that this insane plan was still in motion. Nicholas' words bring a deeply conflicted look to his face. He hesitates, then speaks. You've been in Corona 4 before. You already know how they operate. Back when I was still in Corona, they were conducting research on the reliability of a starship's ecosystem at Las Parados. The legendary Project Bokanon appears in the corporation's ledgers as a theoretical research venture for the Eden 3 colony ship. So you do know something about Project Bokanon, don't you? Yes, even from the moment he first signs onto Project Orient, my father is already weighing the potential pitfalls of interstellar travel. He turns his gaze into the endless void beyond the panoramic display, as though trying to spot the solitary ship, powered by a cold fusion engine and carrying 42 researchers, using nothing but his own eyes. Damn, alright. While the cold fusion reactor and the Dawn 3 vessel have already been proven both propulsion and navigational feasibility for interstellar travel, no one can say for sure if a larger colony ship can truly sustain itself as a close society. Babylonia, see, now functions like a colossal space station in geosynchronous orbit. But remember, back in the day, people imagined colony ships that might have to travel for thousands of years, maybe even longer, before finally arriving at their destination. Generations upon generations are born, come of age, and ultimately die aboard this ship, living out their entire lives amid the silent vacuum of deep space. Some claim such a close-knit society's reliance defies all logical predictions. And so, while Project Orient and Project Eden surge ahead, Parliament establishes the North American Ecological Science Institute, dedicating researchers to starship ecosystem sustainability. You understand this chapter of history. Back then, wasn't the mainstream viewpoint far less conservative? Despite everything, people still cling to the hope that the one zero-point engine solves the colony ship's power constraints. Their distant new home will finally be within reach. It is precisely this optimism that allows Chrono to maneuver funds and wrest control over critical project appointments, effectively seizing the entire initiative for himself. As for Mazzano, who's been missing for years. She was, in fact, both the director of the Institute and the head of the plan at the time. All right. He doesn't seem bothered by revealing more, but only the parts he's actually permitted to say. The ultimate aim of Project Bokonon, the so-called 803 colony ship, is a vessel doomed never to launch. A silence stretches on for several seconds. Inside the sealed bridge, the only sound is a soft manufactured breeze from the air circulation system. At Los Parados? The president's voice breaks the hush, seeking confirmation. We're stationed in Los Parados. More specifically, we're operating out of a new Nellis Air Force Base. Eden 3 is the name of an underground artificial ecosystem testing site. It's built as a full-scale replica of a standard Eden-class colony vessel, complete with every detail of its onboard habitat. Damn, alright. The facility's diameter stretches across most of La Parado's cityscape, running directly beneath the Air Force Base. Under the initial proposal, the first group of test subjects is expected to spend a decade inside, gathering invaluable on-site data. We don't have the luxury of waiting on drawn-out experiments for technological breakthroughs, nor do the looming disasters. The spokesperson for the Science Council offers a measured remark. But even if the punishing virus never erupted, this entire facility would still hold its purpose. He's alluding to something that can practically make one's blood run cold. Its core structure lies deep underground, housing a self-sustaining cold reactor and fully functional ecosystem. Everything you expect for a mid-sized city. In other words, the Eden 3 colony ship is the perfect doomsday bunker. Alright. How we busted our backs trying to track him down, only to discover that Mozano was a mole skulking under our noses all along. The man lets out a harsh, guttural shout. After all, everyone believed the operation had crumbled ages ago, and Counselor Kephart, the only one who might have known the truth, vanished years back. Listen's words stir memories the president thought long buried. Kephart, the counselor from before the cataclysmic disaster? Yes, I do recall him. Just as the two Chrono agents keep the deadliest parts of their history under wraps, the president too withholds his true intentions. Alright. The official who once worked alongside the Chrono-san, turning over that mysterious fleet of transport planes to the military, turns out to be Kephart. Well, it was once shrouded in haze is steadily coming to focus. So we can deduce the number of high-profile missing persons have in fact followed Mozano into that doomsday bunker. For those who never planned to take flight from the very beginning, however, many airborne vehicles there are, they remain meaningless. That's how this highly coveted transport capacity ended up back in Chrono's possession, where it now serves as a key bargaining chip. Clearly, they're not waiting for Babylonian initiate contact or offer evacuation rights. Maintaining rule requires both military force and authority. Whether heading to the skies or venturing underground, reclaiming Earth and restoring normal life is the only way to establish legitimacy, something that aligns with ordinary human emotions and logic. That may explain why she initiates her own construct research and why she ultimately achieve such staggering results. Collins immediately senses the commander's stare bearing down on him again. Mazzano was a part of Corona once at least, so of course you know a thing or two about constructs. Don't underestimate us, got it, my old subordinate? Whatever mess she's caused has nothing to do with us. He fires back without holding back, perfectly playing the bad cop part. Whether these frequent construct sightings triggered the Ascension Network's activity in Las Parados or not, ending past mistakes feels like the most natural course of action. Meanwhile, the good cop in the conversation plays along perfectly, nudging the discussion forward. Alright. If you have any thoughts, speak up. I believe real cooperation begins with open and constructive dialogue. Hassan urges the councillors to go on. Technically, they're both elected representatives in the parliament, colleagues by definition. Being mindful in the thought doesn't mean shrinking from action. Even though my father saw countless risks tied to space colonization, he never shied away from the price he believed he had to pay. At launch, the Dawn 3 relies on chemical-propelled rockets to lift its command module into orbit. Only then, in the orbit assembly, is the rest of the vessel put together. Hard to believe such a rudimentary craft is supposed to carry out centuries of deep space research. And yet, shutting ourselves away in so-called research facilities just because our ecosystem isn't fully functional, that's nothing but blatant self-deception. Completely absurd. Do our ancestors lack enough highs to close themselves, choose to cower in caves forever, never daring explore the endless plains beyond? Let's not forget those early space pioneers from the dawn of the Golden Age. The capsules are more cramped than the single bunk in Babylonia, but they press on. Diapers strapped on, or do or die determination in hand to propel humanity beyond the pull of gravity itself. Claiming the time isn't right has always been a coward's excuse. These aren't rousing words. It's more like he's compelled by lingering memories and desires, unveiling a glimpse of the truth hidden deep in his mind. Meanwhile, the truly timid believe that lurking in the shadows would let them bide their time until the day they can seize control of the new world. Even from a Chronos perspective, we can't endorse those who won't pay their fair share. Let's wrap up the conclusion under the so-called collective stance, underscoring Chronos' determination to launch a joint investigation. Bro, you always know what to say, don't you? Strictly speaking, those Las Parados relics are Chrono property, but considering what's been said, we're prepared to work with the military on this investigation. Colin feigns a hint of reluctance before offering his support. Sure. Alright then, Nicola, why don't you give us a quick rundown of the battle plan? The commander nods, summoning the holographic tactical display. Given the Ascension Network's unchecked operations, suspect those ascendants are already roaming Las Parados itself. As of now, we've stationed a squadron of Claymore-class aerospace fighters and 2 squadrons of Chinese-class gunships on standby to handle any possible threats from the air or the ground. Regarding the task force constructs, they've already been mobilized under standard ground combat protocols. Considering how complicated this mission is, the Purifying Force will be our first wave into the combat zone. Regarding the team members, an awkward throat clearing cuts Nicola off mid-sentence. No need to worry, I've already handpicked the perfect person for the job. He strides over the blast-proof door on the bridge, snapping his fingers toward the comm channel. Come on in. The door slides open on cue, revealing a poised figure entering the command deck's view. Purifying Force member Discord reporting in. With those words, she offers a brief salute. All right. Commander Nikolai, I hear you needed to see me? Noticing the uncomfortable tension, she swiftly looks away from the Commander-in-Chief and fixes her gaze on Collins instead. Come on, don't make this harder than it needs to be. Did you rally military's direct forces under my authority? But right now, she has no intention of going after the Coronos who used to be his colleagues. Ensuring this mission is foolproof is my responsibility. Now tell me, why did you choose Discord? Because, well, when it comes to her... He begins to speak with a confident swagger, poised to provide an explanation shaped by his own agenda. I was born and raised in Las Parados. No one is more familiar with that city than I am. Discord jumps in before anyone else can reply, refusing to let Colin speak for her again. Hey, you. He senses the unsettling undercurrent in her statement, but Discord has no intention of dragging any painful memories into the open. Besides, Mazzano was my primary target back in the Corona days. She cuts right to the chase. Now, serving as an active construct. My allegiance lies with the military. However, since this is a combined operation, I respectfully ask the commander to grant me a chance to atone for my past errors. Alright, yeah. Her voice still carries that familiar mechanical edge, but everyone present could feel the chill of unwavering determination behind every word. Hey. Besides, she has already proven her strength time and time again in combat. Approved. You have the final say on who joins the advanced combat unit. Assemble the hangar's maintenance zone in 3 hours. Roger. She snaps off another salute to close this conversation, then pivots and heads for the bridge exit. This is a mission she cannot afford to abandon. Yet in that split second, uncertainty washes over her. It's been so long since she last saw Eleanor. Now that they're face to face again, what is she supposed to do? Alright, let's cut to the chase. Tell me what you're after. The president doesn't bother hiding his intentions. He knows that if Chrono is agreeing to this partnership, he must have his reasons. Oh, feeling generous, are we? Then I'll take you up on that without hesitation. Mazzano's been flooding us with constructs. It's only a matter of time before everyone gets their own sample. So don't assume Chrono can corner the market with this tech. But remember, these constructs stem from our own research, and now a virus has driven them all mad. If we ever wind up clashing with Babylonia's forces and it's all just a big misunderstanding, we have quite a bit of explaining to do, wouldn't we? So when all is said and done, Chrono will label every construct that's emerged from Las Parados on the ground as defectors, no different from those who took off after encountering the Ascension Network recently. I doubt the military will have any objections to this explanation. After all, Mazzano was once a defector from Corona, so calling her that isn't exactly wrong. Revealing every detail of the Las Parados situation would indeed undermine true morale. We're prepared to accept that. But what those thick-skulled bureaucrats in the parliament think is completely out of my hands. And turns to the president, who's already has a response on the tip of his tongue. When the moment is right, we have to speak the truth. Wartime actions are on a free pass, but I'm not so idealistic so that I can't face what's really happening. That's the kind of decisive attitude I'd like to see. Keep it that way. Alright, everyone. Meeting is adjourned. We got a busy few days ahead. Let's get to it. Mr. President, you're every bit as courteous as always. That's enough. No need to see me out. Collins and Litz walked out together, leaving the commander to wander up behind the president. Are you sure you will regret going through with this? His words carry near a mocking edge. In his eyes, the president has once again opted for a feeble compromise. Breaking ties with Krone is still a distant prospect. Right now, collaborating not only helps to study things, but also sets the stage for the future. I'm sure you've been curious about to know just how far the so-called Project Winter has come along, haven't you? What do you mean? Hassan's comment clearly catches him off guard. An old project that parted ways with Chrono ages ago is suddenly connected to the Ascension Network, and that alone has them so interested. It's hard not to suspect its ties to the other ongoing plans. It's crucial to strike first, but there are moments when observing and biding your time is just as vital. That's quite a bold statement, but I get where you're coming from. And there was an old question on my mind, nothing too critical, that finally got answered. What's wrong? It's just a relic of the past, nothing to do with that fight. I'm counting on you for what comes next. Nuclear gives a faint, unreadable smile. If this classified operation fails, I'm the one Parliament was responsible, not you. Once the greetings are exchanged, the commander departs the bridge. The president stands alone at the wide observation window, staring at the once blue homeworld that has long since faded. Damn. We're one step closer to the answer. Pinpointing the source of those transport craft might be a small victory, but it can't undo the tragedy entombed in the past. Yet no matter what calamities were unleashed by those hidden with hidden agendas, or how their sins may still persist, nothing will sway his resolve. The shadow that lies is his undeniable duty, and the role he plays is as a bullet carrying its purpose across all ages. Hey, alright, nice, okay, let's go. Very interesting politics there. Very much an interesting political battle, for sure. Alright. But, yeah, let's keep going. Silver Rain. This is a mission she cannot afford to abandon, yet in that split second, uncertainty washes over her. It's been so long since she last saw Eleanor, now they're face to face again, what is she supposed to do? Oh shit, okay. Gunfire detonates beside Discord. The deafening blast and swirling vertigo threatening to tear apart the fragile column of Discord's mind. We need to move, boss. A Rod's desperate scream jolts her back to reality. Don't break formation. About 30 meters ahead, mechanical and dead and corrupted constructs converge into a foreboding army. The emergency lights bathe every surface in a crimson glow, blurring the line between blood and oil. Stay in a single file and pull back along the left wall. Disengage now. No lingering fights. And heartbeat. A few stray rounds whistle by, slamming into a pipe on the metal wall. A dense cloud of glass erupts with a violent hiss. A serious Daemon? No one responds. Only a desperate crackle of gunfire echoes around them, as constructs and soldiers scramble to hold their ground. She presses the calm button on the throat mic. A serious Damon, give me a status update now. Now. Pull back, set up our defenses and await reinforcements. Intense concentration of the punishing virus isn't just driving the enemy into a wild onslaught, it's also wreaking havoc on the communication. Repeat the order. Should we pull back to the plaza or set up our defenses and await reinforcements? Please confirm. Over. Confirmed. A short, clear reply cuts through the static on the comms. Understood. Wait, that thing, what kind of construct is that? The soldier's alarm shout catches the ears of the few remaining survivors. No, this gas is completely disrupting visual tracking. Switching to thermal imaging. A sinister hiss of metal cutting through the air echoes through the depths of the thick fog. Ugh. He doesn't even manage to choke out his final words before a jagged slash tears open his chest. The mechanical heart seizes violent spasm, expelling a narrow crimson and blue current of vital fluid. We need immediate fire support. Unleash everything you've got. Eliminate the threat. She remains composed as she issues her orders, but the sight before her makes her falter. Lodged in the center of that ravaged torso is a dart shaped like a playing card. That's a weapon only one individual in the world could ever wield. Rifle ammo depleted. Switching to non-lethal. This has happened to her companion before. She has no chance to speak her final words. Long purple-black spikes peer through her body in an instant. This is... The sole survivor stands before a truly nightmarish sight. The heavy mist refuses to disperse. Whatever takes discord on entire fields of vision, first is jagged spike drenched in swirling fluid. Once the spike appears, the neatly coiled membrane shows no trace of menace. Its intricate patterns convey only poised elegance. The purple-black blade sinks into the construct soldier's abdomen. The shredded gear, synthetic skin, and scattered circuitry spill out like a doll's stuffing. It's a folded moon umbrella. Forgive me, She speaks without thinking, driven by pure reflex. It isn't her duty to answer, but confronted by the quivering voice of a dying construct, she can't imagine what else she could say. Damn. Moon umbrella withdraws from the battered doll, leaving it to collapse amid a spill of loose stuffing. Between the lone survivor and the master of the moon umbrella, the last barrier crumbles. So it really is you. It's been so long since we last saw each other. 5 years or maybe 10. Neither one can remember for sure. Even once they tally the exact months and years. There must be a few extra days, the lingering moments hidden away in the leap years of that vast stretch of time. Cutting the moon umbrella in one hand, its bearer rests the weapon by the wall, popping it up like a cane. Defector construct, stand out at once and identify yourself. Discord lets the carbine drop toward the floor, and yet keeps a firm grip on a cocked pistol with the other hand. A defector? We're in Babylonia. What on earth are you talking about? Play along. She strikes the completely defenses closed as it lets out a mock gasp. I don't know if that was truly your call, but you know full well it was me who headed for Babylonia during the Great Evacuation. Her voice, cold and mechanical, betrays not the slightest emotion. She's not there to reminisce. She demands an answer. Oh, so life there wasn't good enough for you? So you really had to come all this way just to hunt me down? I'm after Mozano. The constructs she's mass producing are the perfect incubator for the Ascension Network. What makes you so certain I'm not one of them? Or maybe it was me who set everything in motion from the start. That's nothing to do with my mission, defector construct. And Eleanor Sinclair is officially listed as missing or presumed dead. You're threatening me, or maybe you'd rather go one-on-one with a Mozano. Walking into this with barely any cards to play, that's suicide. I was just about to pay her back for what she's done. You and your little friends couldn't have picked a worse moment to show up. She studies her slender fingertips, lost in her own thoughts, gone as a glossy polish now. They're nothing but exposed lethal weapons. Ever since the Great Evacuation, you've been under Mozano's thumb by choice. Care to explain why? Control? You seriously call that pathetic little trick control? She found the person's remarks nothing short of insulting. Did you really think I wouldn't notice that's the so-called heavy spacecraft is just a descending elevator pod wrapped in a holographic display? I still remember the smug look on my aunt's face. Still, my reflection in the window feels more genuine than those pathetic mock-ups. A lie like this might fool the pampered elites, but not me. As far as those so-called cargo planes that show up during the ground crew ruins, they're every bit as ridiculous. Chance. But the contempt is a once-in-a-lifetime chance, don't you see? She trusts only her own brand of order, only her own vision of reality. I bide my time within that arrogance and corrode it from the inside. That's my greatest ace. Lilith appears to be calmly walking a rookie through the basics, but that venomous malice looks behind her faint, deceptive smile. My aunt can muster the nerve to head for the true Babylonian begin anew. Instead, she holes up in her subterranean stronghold, biding her time, but a person like her, she just can't leave old grudges behind. That's why she sent you back to Chrono, counting on you to play both sides. Too bad that disaster spiraled out of her control. And she cut off all contact with these guys soon after, didn't she? Speaking of which, the truth you were hunting down in Chrono, did you manage to find it? She smiles, satisfied, and lays her trump card on the table. Don't go there. There's no reason to dredge this up. No need for what? Chrono turned his back on Rosewater and had Mozano finish him off. So you've pointed out, your real objective all along has been Mozano. You saw the package. You know full well the truth isn't that simple. The letter says the intelligence station was abandoned by rights. I'm the one who should have taken Rosewater out by myself. Infiltrating Mozano's circle was just the next step in the plan. It doesn't mean he was the one who pulled the trigger. Oh, care to share what you've uncovered? She looks intrigued, a mischievous glint in her eye. She lightly licks the corner of her lips. Enough. With the kind of feeble conviction, you think you could take down Mozano? You already know the truth. Now speak up. Lilith closes the distance. She makes no move for a weapon, with nothing but her stance and her voice. She crushes the final trace of mercy in her opponent. My objective is Mozano. The past means nothing now. Speak. She's getting angry now, refusing to face the oblivion is, in her eyes, that person's greatest flaw. For instance, the real culprit, and for that matter, the true nature of Eleanor. Eleanor, please don't do this. Eleanor Sinclair is dead. Those are your own words, weren't they? Damn. Every second you waste only makes Mozano's thugs hit your troops harder. Because this mission is the only logic they recognize, she bets everything on that final strike. This is my final plea. Please stop. She lifts her mask with deliberate care, moving it slowly. Stop what exactly? You're being too vague. Is that really a request? Lilith's patience is at its limit. She draws a long-handled pair of scissors from behind her back and offers them to Discord. A mysterious stain has left a layer of rust like oxidation on the blade, but fails to dim the subtle glow of its silvery white steel. Then I'll speak for you. You knew it from the start, didn't you? The stranger who bumps into a girl in fancy dress on Christmas Eve and sends a parcel tumbling onto the sidewalk. You're talking about that so-called mini spy who just needs a quick check to see the package only has my prints on it. Oh, damn. Discord raises the gleaming silver shears to her chest and closes her eyes, unhurried. Oh, damn, the art. She no longer possesses the esophagus or stomach as humans define them, and yet the first sensation that rises in her mind is the comforting warmth of a satisfied hunger. Then comes a single coin, offering her rest free from any restraints. So the memories of guerrilling training and years under lock and key linger with undeniable clarity. Yeah, agreed. Very pretty for real, Celestial. You know everything, but you still choose to invite me along anyway. Why? Is it because you fear of a destiny that can never truly be steered by your own hands? Or is it after considering it all, you realize that life on the military and Colonel Stunt might still be better than dealing with that paranoid lunatic Mozano? Lula's smile never wavers. That curve on her lips is like a permanent brushstroke, destined to remain there. You've endured the same torment, but we all need a purpose, something to deceive us, convince us our suffering isn't in vain. Behind her, someone lets out a cold, mocking laugh. There are always two kinds of pain. One empowers you, the other is nothing but meaningless suffering. I don't waste my time on anything worthless. That razor-edged grin slashes straight into the heart of a former ally. If you served in Babylonia, you must have heard the story of Undying Lloyd, right? That has nothing to do with my mission. I've never bothered with any propaganda. Well, isn't that exactly what the military used to create your so-called target? Believe it. Your unshakable conviction is your greatest strength. Lilith effortlessly adopts the broadcast's precise cadence. Countless souls hold on to hope as their only means of survival. So tell me, what exactly do you hope for? Another mission and another? Is that it? I don't see any point in thinking too far ahead. After all, nobody foresaw the punching outbreak. If that grand Babylonian manages to reclaim our cherished earth, then what's the next move? Are we really going to track down the old tailor's remains and hold a proper funeral for him? She's clearly hinting something, but Discord opens her eyes with a fierce resolve. This meeting was never meant to hold anyone back. It's more like sealing a grave with its headstone. If you hate me, you're truly hating yourself. Lilith's voice drops in a dark, foreboding register, like a venomous snake flicking its tongue, ready to strike. We were all meant to have our minds carved out. Do you really think the world shows any mercy to disposable tools like us? This world looks down on us, just like my dear aunt once did. They wring wreath and power from their scorn, while I wring filth from a discarded rag, the punching virus, that vile force they despise and dread. And it's the very thing that gives me strength. Aw. Yeah, you choose to pick up that rag, wash it clean, and raise it high for all to see. It's a mission, a goal, a hollow symbol of how life might one day go back to the way it was. What makes this any different? Do you really think your choice is somehow more reasonable? Common sense is nothing more than flimsy cover the weak used to obscure the truth, nothing else. Those who refuse to evolve face only fate, one fate, annihilation. She slowly breathes out her final words. There's no disappointment in one before her. Rather, this is her last kindness, an explanation of her true motive. I bear no hatred toward anyone. There's no place for emotion. There's no place for emotion in a mission. And I still have a mission that I must fulfill. Realizing the truth and accepting it aren't the same thing. Of course, the two of them have been on diverging paths for a long time. But now she sees exactly how that painful knot in her memories was first tied. She's nothing left to regret. Damn, alright. Bold words. Seems that's the only area where you've made any progress. So what's your plan for taking down Mazzano? There's really only one option, right? You went out of your way to track me down. Sure, I'll give you a hand. You keep saying I'm nothing but a defective construct, so tell me, since you're in the Purifying Force, are you really going to retreat without even pulling the trigger? Mazzano's construct is a single-use asset with an internal cloaking module. But you already know, I don't need anything that absurd. Lilith presses in closer. Let me make one thing clear. I'm no disposable pawn. Alright, carry out your orders. She nearly traps Discord against the wall, her grip ready to lock her in place. Exactly as she anticipated, the gunpowder's detonation reverberates through the tight corridor, and a strangely satisfying ache blooms just above her lower abdomen. Oh shit. Lilith's nostril flare with unbridled ecstasy, each breath trembling with exhilaration. The high-explosive warhead unleashes its chaos from within, burning the last sliver of control that once kept the punchy virus at bay. I'm just gonna assume she's an adrenaline junkie. A crimson glow surges toward her, like Rapture's baptism. That shimmering veil fuses with the air around her and flows into the depths of her spirit. Consider this my final gift to you. Eliminate her. Discord lowers the barrel of her gun, still poised for a point-blank blast. The once cataclysmic descent, tangled in dread and sorrow, now lies in a searing spent shell on the metal floor, worthless, forgotten, and lost to memory. Called terror or delirium, it doesn't matter to me anymore. Driven by the same purpose, she makes the choice to trust Lilith one final time. Hey, alright, okay. Yeah, definitely. For real, Celestial. Alright then, let's go. Gameplay time! Alright, boss fight time! God damn. Holy shit. Damn. Bro, what? Why no damage? Oh shit. Oh god. Oh god. Alright, come on, lock in. Man, this is a pretty fun boss fight, I won't lie. I like it. Ooh, parry 10 times. Hey, nice. Yeah, interesting mechanics for real. Hey, glad I parried. Get parried, bitch. Alright, one last. Got him. Got him. Ooh, cutscene. Well, damn. Oh. Oh, this song. Oh, shit. Oh. On. Ah, yes, this song. Imperium. The Ring General. Gunta. Yeah, I like this song as well, Celestial. The Ring General Gunta. Yeah, for real, Celestial. Oh, this art as well. The night sky detonates like a crack of thunder, splintering into countless shards. Beyond that fractured vault, a raging wind howls across the wasteland. Alright. The mountain's dark spine shudders in the blazing fire, then slips back into the void. A sinuous tide of corruption writhes on the horizon, slithering across the red death. It's wasteland and surging into suffocating darkness. The horizon blinks, and here, between dusk and dawn, fear, not stone, sculpts the land. Stars plunging along a tortured arc, flashing into countless illusions as it passed through the glass, only to end in one sharp crystalline shatter. Fragments slice across her bionic skin, swirling ribbons of crimson into the downpour. From fresh cracks, a surge of euphoric energy pours into her frame, lending her features to a calm resolve. She emerges victorious, and under this grand disguise, that triumph is the soul of reality. Humanity is flawed, not because we lack purpose, but because we live for the thrill of the game. Beyond that, nothing remains to spur us onward. From the time we're kids, we all know games are more thrilling than homework. More compelling than just taking orders, because when we play, we delight our minds to keep the upper hand firmly in our grasp. A game's true allure isn't the game itself, but the rush of risking it all. If the chance decides the game's outcome, then a wager must be placed. When two opponents clash, the odds hinge on their skill and strength. The mere prospect of triumph or disgrace is a wager on its own. After all, that's how each new player gets measured. It's the only way to define who truly belongs in the game. In this game. And then, humanity lost a monumental bet, didn't it? You still refuse to acknowledge that truth even now. In this golden age, the final gamble was the 0-point reactor. Humanity staked its entire future on that one hope. Never imagined it could consume the so-called progress game, divide its contenders, and everything else along with them. Cut your losses when you can, then find a fresh way to place your bets. Even common sense tells us to do that, unless it's the kind of stale logic that clings to old habits. I choose the Ascension Network, and in turn, it chose me. That's how it is, isn't it? Damn, alright. When this protracted struggle finally ends, the lone victor strides through the piercing silver rain, reborn. Damn, alright. The corrupted, how do creatures, toxic dead zones, the red tide, all that thriving life outside the dome stands a stark reminder of humanity's deepest fears. For this is a glittering playground, a brand new plaything she's never touched. She knows the pilots circling this facility are fixed on the flashing alarms of their consoles, poised to unleash their strike. Even now, Babylon's forces hunger for dominion over the crimson land and skies. They're about to confront their own destinies. Lilith real revels in the sharp kiss of broken glass against her skin. Each shard a twisted blessing that sparks visions of the unrivaled power she plans to claim. There will always be those who refuse to serve in heaven, insist on descend into hell and claim a crown. Damn, alright. And in this shattered little realm, she stands as its absolute master. Jeez, okay. Damn, alright, interesting, okay. So Mazzano has finally met her end. Alright, interesting. But yeah, let's keep going. The selection. Alrighty then. A dim light, a dim beam of light breaks through the clouds, where sky and earth unite, and at the horizon's edge, the star's pinnacle surges into view. Oh, music sounds dangerous. Okay. Oh, something's definitely going down. Herbs through sheer cliffs, skimming across cityscapes and wastelands, unleashing a pulsing crimson mouths beneath the ruined dome. Once they confirm that Mazzano's final signs have vanished, the remaining ground forces rush aboard the transports and escape the war-torn ground. Even before leaving the atmosphere, those aircraft ignite their fusion drives. The plasma blue exhaust merging into tight V-shaped formation, threading a faint receding line against the sky. Nicola's last directive to the airborne squadron is clear. Provide cover so the ground team can secure those vital samples and data. Make sure they get out in one piece. Alright. Eventually, Babylonia's champions will uncover Project Winter's grim truths and put them to rest themselves. But that won't happen today, not in this place. That won't take place within the lethal web Lilith has spun by her own hand. At the first light of morning streaks across the sky, a fierce fight for survival erupts over Las Parados. I'm alright. Lead craft reporting, radar warning. We spotted missile trails and initiate evasive action now. The pilots can't fathom how those corrupted drones can coalesce in a tight swarm in the blink of an eye, cornering both our ground and to attack gunships and air superiority fighters. Protect the gunship formation, now! Across the universal comm channel, one lone pilot pushed to despair. Still struggles to keep the barrage going. Claymore 3, move, another shell inbound. The squad leader, barely back from the brink, snaps still warning to the others. Deploy the flares, ugh! A massive explosion rips through the channel, followed by the ragged breathing of a survivor struggling under the crushing acceleration. Alright. Cheyenne 5 and 6 are hit. A mad circus cackles through the comms. Yet she listens in silence as Deceiver and a grand symphony echoing across the world. Yes, don't stop now. Keep running. Even the most disciplined soldiers fall prey to the punishing virus's lethal snare. Such a shame. Contact, 9 o'clock. Broadsword 3, do you read me? Evade now, evade! A raw throat-ripping roar tears through their air again. This time, the squad leader can't cover his 6. And the comms spark with the piercing buzz of incoming drone engines, alongside the frantic warning from his wingman. 6 o'clock, watch your 6. Claymore 1, you've got 2 stingers closing on your tail. This is Claymore 5, we're pushing through on the right. Commencing interception. A new single crackles over the comms, underscored by the dull thud of machine cannons ripping through drones. Alright. Claymore 2, we're out of close combat ammo. We can't lose them, damn it. I'm out of decoy flares. 4. Do copy coming 4. Claymore 4 here. Mediterranean's been hit. We lost all ground support. I repeat, ground support is down. Damn. Roaring, booming, shrieking, and then a split-second burst of white noise that tears it all to shreds. The web spread across the dome brings only death. And all the comms can manage is to echo the last farewells. Shinyan 1 to all units. Initiate emergency landing. Set approach to angle to 05 now. 605 now. The greenish gray craft streaks through the sky, trailing a plume of black smoke as it dives toward the ground at a razor-sharp angle. That clearly wasn't any kind of emergency landing. Shinyan 1, what the hell are you doing? Mission accomplished, sir. A brief electronic share follows, then corrupted cuts off all comms. Damn. Guess it's time to roll out the welcome wagon. The performance must come to a close. She refuses to let humanity's clamor to file the once pristine starless sky any longer. She exerts her will, and the Ascension Network linked the swarms of drones across the sky answer her summons. On the wrecked gunship's wing, a 30-kiloton tactical nuke flickers to life in utter silence. Oh shit. Go on, drown in your own masterpiece. Above the stirring land, an artificial dawn unfurls, brilliant enough to dissolve every last trace of darkness. A roar of sound and shockwave shatters the dome into dust. Meanwhile, a stark white light casts a dark corroded gold glow across this far-off city skyline. And then absolute stillness. The rising sun washes the smoke-filled horizon in deeper shades of blood red. Lilith glides across the winding path that snakes between the shadowy stones. Shards of glass once more mirroring a false cosmos skitter across her feet in the wind, while burning splinters of metal streak through the air around her. Damn. Under that monstrous black haze devouring the sky, twisted shards of wreckage rain down. They splash into the soggy gravel, then solidify into a macabre monument. Lilith steps onto the rocky promontory, casting her gaze toward the perilous path beyond the wastelands. She alone is chosen to be the first in these lands to feel the warmth of the rising sun. She shuts her eyes, inhaling the sweet, irritated dust along with the punching virus. That's the sweet taste of victory. So how did I do this time? She sends out an invitation through the Ascension Network. For a rookie, that's a decent outcome. Ah, Vonnegut. A familiar voice calls from behind. Lilith opens her umbrella, offering him a heavy-laden smile in return. Because this is still nowhere near the Ascension Network's true power. Her joy is torn away. Released by an instant of a ravenous, almost poisonous desire, she knows this is merely the beginning. Naturally, there are more evaluations still to come. The phantom that only Lilith can see answers in a hushed, distant tone. Chrono intends to follow their own plan. Project Winter to probe a deeper truth within the Ascension Network. Moving forward, I'll make sure they have my support. After all, whether humanity endures this merciless winter remains a pivotal variable. The genetic code is incapable of preserving either knowledge or history. It's ironic that the knowledge we record and transmit from one generation to the next is really just carefully curated pieces of memory. In that sense, it works much like our own genetic code. Every memory and score is nothing but encoded data. That's exactly the issue. I see human innovation, even the most insignificant scraps of information, get preserved as is, creating common sense that's supposedly untainted, yet at heart it's already corrupted. Because this common sense isn't filtered, it's simply handed down to the next generation. No mechanism to weed anything out. The so-called reality built on that common sense permeates our world, nudging it ever closer to its eventual decline. Evolution ends here. And my dear aunt, doesn't she repeat the exact same error at the heart of Babylonia? It seems to insist on following only her own vision of evolution. Lilith finds the person reasoning just as stale, but she still respects the core of his understanding. That's why punishing. A force born outside simple genetics, it becomes the most vital variable in the filtering. And for you, a single paradise suffices. There's no need to risk sending you to Babylonia. That's precisely the reason. But isn't the only thing I've been entrusted with the key? Deciding which paradise to unlock, that's entirely my call, Mr. Vonnegut. He stands firm and delivers a rebuttal with unwavering resolve. Loyalty and obedience, they have no place in the Ascension Network. Once her strength can feel every dark and vision, the agent thing for her was nothing more than an obstacle marked for elimination. Mind is nothing more than a rival in this grand game, and the next round is destined to go on. The Student Project Cthulhu files from Mozano are absolutely indispensable. On that front, I won't deny your worth. When the moment is right, your internal sentiment will kick off. The Ascension Network snaps offline, cutting all communications. In a storm of billowing ash, that lone figure vanishes from sight. Oh, damn. Much to Lilith's surprise, a whimper-thin human voice emerges from behind the rock. At the moment she spots those familiar curls in that suit, she instantly grasps the situation. He staggers forward, dragging his weakened body with each step, apparently surviving only because he was deep within the facility moments ago. He comes to a halt before Lilith, forcing himself to stand as he once did, even if just barely. Oh, damn. What do you mean, my mister and the key? Oh, Kephart. No, this can't be happening. Trout, where is he? I've read every single one of his books. Vonnegut, yes, that's him. Where is he? Faces the mundane questioning. Lilith finds herself at a loss for words. She holds back from pronouncing the final judgment, choosing instead to rush the last confession of the old world survivor, sole survivor. Ah, Mr. Kephart. I'm afraid the fireworks show just ended moments ago. In the answer, the man refuses to back down, unleashing a ragged roar. Who are you talking to? There's no one here. Lilith almost pities the person before her. How he grasps telephones, holographic transmissions, even neural implants, yet he can't envision the web punishing has spun. Your ambition is that of a lion, but alas, you lack the imagination to see it through. He fights through the agony and drives a thin syringe into his neck. But that place is all but empty now. Now a single drop of that life-saving serum remains. After everything I did for the old man all those years ago, I never even set foot in Babylonia. Thanks to Trout, Mozano's scheme is back on track. Simply splendid. Because mark my words, someday Mozano's entire empire will belong to me. That's exactly why I'm teaming up with Trout. And you brought it all to ruin. The kingdom, the power, the glory. Every bit of it was mine by right. Logic from a bygone era stands exposed, pouring out its hollow proclamations without restraint. Sulk in the shadows, betray your allies, and claim dominion over the mortal world. How typical. This unfiltered idea masquerades as common sense, and it's laughable all the same. Is it the money you want, or perhaps the chance to rally Eden 3 colony ships' forces and mount a challenge against Babylonia? With an of innocence, she asks her question. Rome wasn't built in a day. I've got to start somewhere. Lilith exhales softly, and as with the side circus from before, she finds no further amusement in this relic of a one-person act from a bygone era. Mr. Kephart, did you know you're surprisingly old-fashioned? Oh, what are you exactly trying to say? Increases his last shred of vitality just to maintain a pointless stance, as though it might let him die with a sliver of more dignity. They call it old-fashioned, but all it really does is assume everything is owed to them. She turns once more, letting the petals of her moon umbrella veil show only her entrancing eyes to Kephart as she whispers her goodbye. Tim, the distant voice feels like a cold serpent's venom, burning through the final slender thread that keeps his mind intact. But you, with half-formed syllable clinging to his throat, and dread of the unknown weighing on him, the final remnant of the old world crashes to the ground. Hey. Blood spills from his frozen lips, corrupting the once resplendent finder into a grotesque shadow of its former glory. In this new world, nothing is guaranteed, nothing is ever given. Damn, alright. Man, what a way to end that note. That's quite a dark way to end that note. Damn. But yeah. All right then. But yeah, with that said, let's move on with the final note for today and the end of the story. So yeah. Oh, nice. All right, cool. No problem, Celestial. But yeah, final story node. Let's go. Exodus from the park. All right. Beyond the far edge of the plains, punishing crimson flare scorches an unknowable realm. A petite figure with lavender hair quietly turns away. Ah, Lethos. God damn it. He's still struggling to synchronize his thoughts with his newly forged body, and that unsettling dissonance has plagued him time and time again. Lethos, I see you managed to secure a new body. Do you remember me? Mister sent me to get you. A statuesque woman offers a gentle greeting. Confronted by the straightforward question, one that leaves no room for interpretation, Lethos' muddled memory conjures countless possible answers. Last encounter with her, she pulls her consciousness from her shattered body. The last flicker of sight flicks on the magician's top hat. In a forceful, almost imperious voice, she challenges him, demanding greater chances born from greater risks. Those nebulous possibilities lie far beyond reach, like former life sealed away beneath dense mundane burdens and a crimson dreamscape. At long last, he speaks. Certainly, Lilith. Thank you. God damn it, Fuzzy. Fuck. Ah, fuck. Welcome to the stream, Fuzzy. Welcome, welcome. God damn it. Shit. Yeah, never fails. For real. Certainly, Lil, thank you. But yeah, we're actually just at nearing the end, actually. No story. So there's more plans of story. Better move out now. But yeah. Basically, to summarize was you missed Fuzzy. Lilith is officially part of the Ascension Network now. And Mazzano's dead. And yeah, Lilith and Discord were able to meet again. But yeah. Oh, nice. You've been lurking. Okay, good to know, Fuzzy. Never mind. Lilith offers a subtle. Alright, what it was? Better move out now. Lilith offers a subtle tip of her hat. Her impeccable composure forms a haunting contrast against the surrounding ruins. I understand. Yeah, I agree. I like it too, Fuzzy. On Vonnegut's command, the apostles advance quietly through the city ruins. None of them says a word. Every high-risk mission brings her so much thrill that she ends up with the best seat in the house, but to her, this is just a minor perk. Reminds her of that cryptic right moment the Phantom promised after the nuclear blast near Las Parados all those years ago, vague enough to grate on her nerves. She craves more chances to place her very life on the line, wagering suffering in exchange for the Ascension Network's greater favor. She yearns for the next fierce soul who is willing to risk it all. This must be about that other agent, isn't it? Lethos is the one who breaks the hush, shattering the silence. What exactly are you suggesting? Mister's latest plan involves another agent, doesn't it? Yes, it's not just our concern right now. Lilith halts, lowering her folded moon umbrella at her side, instinctively using it as a makeshift cane for support. Then she raises her head, turning her eyes to the silver-white full moon hanging in the night sky. The other agent is held captive by the humans of Babylonia on that satellite, 240,000 miles away. Oh, we're talking about Luna, huh? Even the Ascension Network will kill him the very strength it once granted, wouldn't you agree? Lilith murmurs, lost in thought. It was clear she isn't really directing the question at anyone around her. But I'm not really interested in her. The one who fascinates me is that other Ascended, the one who broke away from Babylonia. She keeps talking, almost absent-mindedly, as though she's happy to fill the silence with small talk while we walk. You know something, little Lethos? Lilith turns to regard the slight figure at her side. Project Cathilla, Project Winter, all those past suffering gave us strength. It remained the victims of those reckless experiments. Whether it's forging a body mighty enough to withstand anything or bending over our meager minds into a single force, either way, these are humanity's paths to surviving the long winter. What they once called winter begins as an interstellar colonization and later takes the shape of the punching virus. At one point, the promise of shielding everyone from this winter is so alluring it almost deceives us, all of us, every last one, the so-called cost of progress. We've been pushed so far that we've nearly lost the ability to recognize our deepest desires. But now we all realize that instead of fighting against it, laying ourselves bare before the storm is how we endure. I appreciate what you did for the person I used to be, Lilith. At least now we stand together again. He doesn't give a straight answer, only remembers soft general agreement. There's no need for such formality. That defector, however, she appears to have chosen an entirely different path. I'm certain that when the time is right, she returns to that far northern realm. Lilith's voice is all but trembles with excitement. Are you thinking of recruiting her for Mister? If that's what you have in mind, I'll gladly play along, but facing off against a force driven by the kind of resolve, that's a far rarer opportunity than any routine assignment. She retrieves a finely crafted fountain pen from behind her back, and with a quick glance, Lethal realizes that the diamond accent on its barrel is actually a hidden button. I've even prepared a small gift for our reunion. Lilith gently presses the diamond, and a small bouquet of flowers springs out from the gap in the pen cap. Damn clown. That's quite an intricate trick. I believe she'll be fond of it. No one really knows the answer until we meet her, though. Meet her, do they? She pivots, letting her gaze drift across the plains toward the dim midway horizon. That's enough rest when you say we need to be on our way. Yes. Hey, all right. In the days that follow, Lilith can be found roaming the desolate plains, where broken walls and rotting corpses lie scattered. As dawn's light spread across the city, the moonlight lingers low in the west, keeping its distant vigil. The sun blazes white hot, while the moon is nothing but a pale imitation. All right. They're like a rotating cylinder of a revolver, with time itself serving as the hammer, each click unleashing fresh destruction on a world already on its last legs. The red tide etches a dark enigma into the wreckage of humanity's creations, and it is that towering structures will fracture, crumble, and drift away in the wind. The sun keeps circling over and over until every last trace of civilization vanishes. The wind buries these ruins in dust. There are no ghosts, no scribes left to recount how humans in their golden age once lived here, and how they met their end. If people live in constant mystery and fear, they never grasp the truth of this destruction. Alright, damn. And for those who wager their very lives, the universe presses forward at this crucial moment, forging onward until a new cosmic sieve descends. She doesn't need any more rest, nor does she feed on gold and silver's greed anymore. She alone drifts between silver showers and red silk, definitely teasing apart the verdict woven by fate's own goddess, and the Ascension Network, where sundering everything grants you your every wish. Across this boundless stretch of once fertile earth, bathed in crimson rain and strewn with rotting remains, she's determined to become the happiest person alive. Damn, alright, definitely cuckoo crazy, but yeah, that's the end. Hey, let's go. That's the end. But yeah, definitely a pretty interesting story chapter for real. It's pretty cool to like see Lilith's backstory as well as Discord's backstory, and I love the music throughout this chapter as well. Hey, yeah, thank you, Fuzzy. But yeah, great stuff all around, man. I liked it. I liked this chapter. It was pretty good. Really cool to like see more of the past of the Golden Age as well. Yeah, I agreed. Craziness with Lilith was pretty crazy for real, Celestial. For real. But yeah. Overall, man, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I got that perfect balance. True, Celestial. But yeah. Definitely a fun chapter. But yeah. I think with that said, that's all I really got to say. So yeah. I will be streaming again on Wednesday at 3 p.m. EST. We will be streaming some more Genshin. We will be trying to finish Act 4, I believe, of that. So I hope you guys will tune in at 3 p.m. EST on Wednesday. So yeah, hope to see you guys there. But yeah, that's really all I got to say. So yeah, I think with that said, that's all we got. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed, please drop a like on the stream. And also, if you want to see more, be sure to drop a subscribe and a follow and a comment and all that good stuff. But yeah, thank you guys again so much for tuning in. Remember to stay humble, be kind to people, and see you guys later.